hello, come in, come in, come in. I'm really, really happy this morning because I am multitasking, and as I am doing my short film for you, I am babysitting baby Hannah, who is here beside me, but who has asked for privacy. So we can't show her face. Haven't you asked for privacy? Yes, she's a little diva. She's not. She's an absolute sweetheart. So come here, yeah. First week of January, yeah, you know, hello, I'm breaking up with sugar again, and I swear to God, the grief, like it's a real thing, like, but I'm going to try, you know, once again, I'm going to try. Fail again, fail better, and all that sort of malarkey. But I actually had a very nice week. I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Thursday I did something that I've been talking about doing for well over a year. Myself and my beloved niece Emma went to visit our beloved friend Louise O'Neill in Clonakilty, which is in West Cork. And you see, Irish people, this is the thing people who aren't Irish don't really understand, and it kind of, it's a painful truth for them, is that we are a nation of liars. We would rather tell you, yes, we'd rather tell you that we'd rather tell you something nice than the truth. So like, say if you're all out for a big night, and I mean, I was worse when I was drinking, but like I still do it now simply because I'm Irish. People would say, do you know what we should do? We should all, look at, you and Emma should drive down to Cork and we'll have a sleepover and we'll stay up all night and we'll bare our souls. And I mean, I would go, we'll do it in the new year for absolute definite. Pick a date now, say a weekend. I'm putting it in my diary, you're putting it in your diary, we're all putting it in our diary, and we're doing it. You see, and then and we'd mean it at the time. No, we wouldn't mean it at the time. But what we would be saying at the time is, I really like you. I really like you so much that I am going to pretend that we're all going to do this. And, you know, it's like, you know, in other countries they would say, I really like you, let's be friends. But in Ireland, it's more convoluted. You would pretend that you would be spending time together with each other at a later date. And then, like, it was hard when I lived in England because we'd do all of that. And then the poor English people would say, you know, they'd kind of go the next morning, okay, so look, I've booked train tickets for the such and such. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, I didn't actually mean it. Like, I really like you, but no one's going anywhere. You see, and that's what it was like. But as it transpired, myself and Emma drove to the beauty of Inchydoney in West Cork, and it was the longest drive I've ever done because I didn't learn to drive late in life. I didn't do many things until late in life. And I, in my younger days of driving, was a bit of a, there's a word I'm looking for, a carefree sort of a driver. I'd go fast. Do you know, yeah. And himself had a fancy car, a Merc, you know, with only 2 seats that used to go fast, and I liked driving it and that. And then somewhere along the line I got old, and I did, Hannah, I know, and dithery, and started driving Fiat 500s, which I'm so fond of. And I was really nervous about doing the drive to Cork. But then, I don't know, once I was doing it, I was flying it. You know, we stopped at Cashel. It was the last hurrah. We went through so many bags of Haribo on the drive. It was obscene. But that's all come to an end now. And Louise O'Neill is fantastic in so many ways. But for me, she is my young person on the ground, and she tells me about books to read and sites to be on and people to follow and all. And so she told me about this thing called Insights Timer, INSIGHTS Timer, which is a kind of a, yes, yeah, do you know it? You do, you clearly do, you do, she knows it, where like you listen to, not podcasts, but they're like guided meditations and stuff. So I've been listening to one about healthy eating, and it's like, I nourish my food and my body with healthy food and all this malarkey. So I've listened to it once, and now I think I'm cured. I do. I know, it's pathetic. Sudden wild enthusiasms, you know. But the bad thing about the new year is we are like bombarded with platitudes, which is never look back or make peace with your past. And like, they're very absolute, these platitudes, do you know? And like, we can't live life that way because, I just read one a few minutes ago, which is, as soon as you stop needing the approval of others, that's when you will finally be free. But like, we are social beings. I am anyway. Well, I'm not. I am an unsocial being. But there are other people in the world. And I will want their approval at some stage. I'm not as bad as I used to be. But there are times when I am still 15 and desperate for you to like me. So I don't know about, I am again platitudes because they are so, what's the word? Platitudinous, thank you himself. And they're very didactic, that's the word, didactic. They are, Hannah. They are. Yes, they are. I'm going to stop talking and then you can have all my attention again. Yes, they're very platitudinous. No, they're very didactic and they kind of lay down the law. And they don't take into account the fact that we are fluid and multifaceted, and some days we are stronger than others. And on the strong days we don't really need the approval, but on the normal days we can't help it. Anyway, so that is my message for the first week of January, is no absolutes. There, you see, that's an absolute. That's a didactic, platitudinous absolute. We are constantly in flux, that's it. We are all our ages. We are from babies to 54 if you're me. And those ages flow and ebb and appear and retreat, and we have to deal with ourselves as constantly, fluidly emotional. God, that's very wise. Right, we've started watching Godless. We're watching Mac Mafia. I liked Uncle Boris. Uncle Boris was my favourite. I wish he'd come back. Maybe it'll be a plot twist. I know, Hannah knows better. She does. Look at her little tummy. Okay, I have to go now. I have to tend to the child. I like saying that. I am a caring, nurturing type. I know nothing about babies, but I like this one. Oh, I do. You're great. I hope you have a good week. If you feel the sorrow because you're off the sauce, or you're trying to eat healthily, or you're forcing yourself to go to the gym, I am feckin' with you. It is a sorrowful thing when the painkillers are taken away. Yes. But then try and find nice things to do. She is today's painkiller, aren't you? Yes, you are. And later me and himself, you see, it's still Sunday where I am. Later me and himself are going for a walk to get the endorphins from the air and the trees, and poor himself knows all these fabulous walks, and the only place I ever want to go to is the Devil's Glen. The Devil's Glen. Have a lovely week. I will report to you next week. And be kind to yourself. It's a brutal month. Adios.